Hello, good morning. It is 2 minutes before we start the live embodiment. We're still inviting people in, so make sure you have some room to move. Make sure you've seen some of the slideshow. And we will start in 1 minute. Take this minute to actually turn around so that the screen is not your God, your body is your God. Hi, everybody on Facebook. Hi, everybody coming from all over the world. Good morning. And I want to tell you that we have Amanda with us who will take care of any technical things. And Amanda, can you put up one picture again, one more time of these tigers and dogs that have skin that can slide. It can slide on your muscles. So I want you to start using your muscles. So I want you to start, get into your muscles for a moment. And thank you, Amanda, we can stop that. So I want you to know that you have muscles. So find your muscles and start warming up your muscles. So this is like from the inside. This is from get a little warmth going, get a little pumping going. And if you've seen the pictures, or if you've touched a dog or a cat and their skin is loose, it can slide. It can slide like my fabric on me. I want you to start moving from your muscles and letting the fat and the connective tissue of your skin slide over your muscles. So for everyone joining, start moving your muscles and let your fat, your connective tissue, let it slide over these muscles. There's room to move, and on top of that is your skin. So we are moving from underneath the skin, underneath the skin. Take a moment, look away from the screen. Take another minute and a half and just find some spots where you can separate the muscles from the skin. Maybe slide, maybe grab. Shake, this is your body. Shake it up. How are y'all doing? Arriving a little bit, there we go. So there's warmth in fat. There's connection in the connective tissue. There's just, and then there's all the layers of the skin that keep it alive. But what you're connecting with when you start moving from underneath your skin, like a tiger. So tigers, they move, and it's like their skin can kind of undulate around them. Then you're coming from a different direction at the skin. So for a moment, if you're sitting or standing or dancing or imagining, just for a moment, be the grace of a tiger that moves under its skin. And just feel that ability. The skin is alive. It's recreating itself. You don't need to recreate it. It does it. It does it itself. It's alive. It's potent. It's creating your sweat, creating oil. It's creating new skin cells. It's sloughing off old skin cells. It's an organ. It's a huge organ that creates hormones, that creates the color of your skin. And then I want you to, and then we're going to shift, and we're actually going to you just hold up your arm and take a sort of a suspenseful moment before you touch yourself. So you're going to touch yourself, and so you're meeting one layer with another. And just feel the potency in that. The potency of one layer of you meeting the other layer. And remember the times when someone else has touched you and it was special or electric or wonderful. So it's like the two things meeting. I want you to go there between that surprise meeting of the first two layers of your skin in an embryo. So just go to that moment when you had one layer and then another layer joined it. And just like if you're touching yourself, it's very, very potent moment. When there's potency, when there's meeting of different cells, there's activity. And between these two layers, the ectoderm and the basal membrane, that is where a whole skin starts to develop layer by layer. And that's where we're at. When cells meet in the embryo that are different, it creates activity to grow, for new things to happen, for something completely, absolutely new. And I'm going to, you can keep moving, writing, dancing. I'm going to share my screen and run this slideshow that you have. So you can watch it or not because you have it. And I'm gonna finish setting it up somewhere here. Here we go. And I'm going to, let's see. I'm gonna go back to, so here we are. And I'm going to introduce you to Blebs. And I just want to see if I can open the screen more. Blebs. So for a short moment in time, as an embryo, you have an extra layer. It's called the periderm. And here's a picture of these blebs that for a moment when we were very young, up to like 10 to 18 weeks, your skin looks like this. It has these tiny little fluid-filled, potent, energized blebs that create the amnion. They can absorb from the amnion and they can create it. So this is what we did. Skin starts with 2 layers. Things are happening between those 2 layers. And here is the growth of the skin between these 2 layers and the growth of these blebs that are reaching into the amnion because you're surrounded by fluid. And you as the embryo are creating your own fluid, and these blebs are a big part of that. It's not just absorption, but it's secretion of these blebs. So here's a cartoon picture of these blebs reaching into the amnion, so the amnion's on the top. And they can absorb and they can create amnion, and they contribute a lot to the amnion being nutritious and also to the immune part of it to keep you. But finally, maybe that was too quick. I feel like that was too quick. So we have the blebs, and they're really happy and they're really engaged, and they have a special granules of glycogen that keeps them really working hard. They have a big, beautiful job. And finally, they nip off and they float into the amnion. And that's it. Goodbye. This temporary organ is moved into a fluid that's around you. So you have these blebs that are no longer part of your body, but they create your environment. And this is what happens in embryology. And this is what we're doing this week. We're creating embodiment energy for your week. So I always wondered why we create 3 times as many cells. This is one reason. We're creating our own perfect environment. So as we grow later, as we keep growing in the womb, and we've sloughed off this amazing organ that was so active for a while, we are swimming in it. But then we also start having kidneys and bladders, and we pee into the amnion. And we need changes in this fluid, so it comes from all different ways. But the bits of the periderm that stayed creates the vernix, that white covering, that white covering that we're born with. So I'm going to give you some time to just move for 1 minute. Just move. However this goes into your body. I want you to know that the skin keeps reproducing itself. All skins in your mouth, outside of you. This process of recreating oneself is continuous. It is most dramatic in the embryo where whole organs disappear, seemingly disappear. But maybe we are our environment as much as we are our body. We contribute. We continuously create things that offer us an environment to do other things. Come back to the room a little bit. Keep the sensations in your skin. Ground yourself in any which way you want. You can keep moving afterwards, but for a moment, just know you're also here in this space. You're in transformational embryonic space, and you're in this space around you. Thank you. After touching in with this space, just go back to your process fully. Breathe, move, bring back a little bit of the dog skin. Allow the blebs in your early fetal life to nourish the space around you. And from this place, I want you to imagine that some of your actions are not linear, not to create the next thing. I want to give you permission to create blebs, to create temporary organs, to go with what you need at the moment, to follow your blebs. and that might provide you the nutrients and the environment or the experience for you to do the next thing. So try that in your dance right now. Even not all your movements need to serve the blebs or the embryology or whatever. So right now it's transferring that into your own sourcing, your own like, oh, I gotta just do this. I gotta just do that. And free yourself from directionality, planning, thinking things have to have an outcome that you know before you enter them. So create some special dance organs for a moment that you don't know what they'll do for you. Your brain won't know. This process of the embryo constantly recreating its own environment, the amnion, continues. We have 1 more minute. I want to thank you for jumping into a short embryonic blebbing. And please, if anyone is willing to just write one thought down in Facebook or on Zoom of what's up in you right now. It's always fun to see that add up in the chat. So goodbye till tomorrow. Everybody on Zoom can please stay on. Goodbye, friends all over the world. See you tomorrow. Share with us anything that happened for you.